All right, today in this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how to create a new season. So currently I'm logged in up top, and it shows that I'm currently in my profile. You'll need to do that to make sure before you create any of the new seasons. What I'm going to do basically now is create a new season for our majors. So as you can see here, under the current majors division page, we're in the regular season fall 2018 season. You can see our team pages that are still active from the last season. Since we're preparing for our spring 2019 season, I want to start pushing everything over. To do that, I have to go to the admin control panel. Click in the top left-hand corner. Go to sport management. Seasons, so the seasons sub-tab. And as you can see here, this shows all the previous seasons that I've already created. Here you can see I've already created the sub-season, the spring 2019 season for the T-ball age group, the rookies age group, the minors age group, but I have not created it for the majors. So at this time what I'll do is I click the create new season button up top here, choose the club or league, which for us what we do is we create an individual league for every what we would call division. So T-ball is a league in our model. So we have a T-ball league, rookies league, minors league, and majors league. And I've also got some test leagues as well, and even our advanced programs, which we'll do at a later time. So, but for this one, I'm going to create a new season under JCB majors. We'll then bring up a number of options here, things we have to fill in. The season that we're going to call this is to be consistent with our other ones. This will be the spring 2019 season. The sub-season will be the regular season. Statistic grouping, there's a couple different here. Obviously this is going to be regular, so we would not change this. Standings type. In the standings, we prefer obviously Major League Baseball standings rules, so we're going to check that option. Data source, I don't like to start from scratch, so generally what I'll do is create a copy of a previous season, and what this does is it creates all the team pages already, and so depending on the number of teams you have, well, you can go back and you can delete the teams to reduce it, but what it does is it ends up creating a good bit of teams in each age group and age division, so that you can then go back and delete them, so you don't have to create them from scratch. So I'm going to do copy sub-season. I'm going to go with my latest and greatest, which was the fall 2018 season. Then it's going to ask you what options do you want to copy over. I want to keep the permissions, so this way all the permissions that we've set for all the team pages will remain, so all of our commissioners will still have their permissions. So I want to copy that so that I don't have to go back and manually do that for every team. I want to copy the tool settings. I don't want to copy the rosters because we're going to end up re-rostering kids from the new spring 2018 registration into those teams, so I don't want to copy that. And I do want to copy content. Top division page source, so this is the default kind of pages. There's various numbers of kind of profile pages that we have created. I like to have an individual division page for each one. So in this case, since this is the majors, we're going to go ahead and do that one. I don't generally mess with the bottom page sources, although you could do different things, but in this case I'm just going to manually do the top page source for the division page, and the top team page source I want to set as majors pre, and majors pre is majors preseason. So it doesn't. There's various little templates we've created. Some templates have the standings and their game schedule and all that. Well, since we haven't done anything from a rostering standpoint, I just like to start with our pre first before we do anything. Everything else you leave as is. We don't need to do any generate game IDs. We don't need to enable game type or enable group name. And then I just hit create season. This process does take a little bit of time. You'll see the season is successfully created. It's copying, so you'll get this little message up here. You now can see the spring 2019 season. Then what I like to do is to go back to the main page and make sure I'm in edit mode here. So let's get ourselves into the yellow framing. And under admin on the main page, click admin and seasons. And what I'm doing here is, as you can see, the regular season fall 2018 is still the default season for the majors. So I want to push that over to our new season. So you get down here to seasons. Takes you to this. As you can see, fall 2018 regular season is the current sub-season that we're in. Just need to check this. And that will push everything over to that particular season. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you're going to end up seeing standings from the previous season or scores and rosters from the previous season. So you have to do that after you've created your sub-seasons. And after that, everything else will trickle down to the individual team pages. So if you go to the majors page here, you'll see all the various different teams. They've already been created. So in this case, this is our majors Bamer team. You can see that it's just very general information right now. We don't have rosters on here yet because rosters haven't shown up. You also want to, once you get into this point, there's a lot of teams in here right now, because what it does is when it cloned this, so depending on what you're using in this season, you may have to go in here and kind of disable some of the pages. So, and I generally will do the teams that aren't being used, I'll just disable them. So right now we may not be using the Majors Blue Jays, so I'll just disable them so that they don't show up in any of the standings pages or teams. So that's how you create new seasons. Should you have any questions, we can go through it, but this should help you should you end up having to go through that process. All right, thanks.